Think you know all about private jets? Think again. Beyond the world of Gulfstreams and Learjets, today's deep dive brings 5 business jets that might just stump even the most seasoned avid geek. We're saving the most peculiar one for last, so make sure to stick around. In the 1950s, as jet technology advanced, the race was on to create the first jet-powered business plane. McDonnell Aircraft, known for building fighter jets like the F-4 Phantom and the F-101 Voodoo, took on this challenge with the Model 119. While most manufacturers placed engines at the rear of the plane, McDonnell opted to mount the engines beneath the wings, creating a unique, striking resemblance to the larger DC-8 airliner, and even resembling the Convair Hustler. The Model 119 was revolutionary, designed to carry 10 passengers in a business configuration, or up to 29 passengers as a small airliner. With its cutting-edge performance, it could cruise at 560 miles per hour, offering a range of 2,200 miles and a ceiling of 45,000 feet. This level of performance was groundbreaking, but it came with drawbacks. The 119 required long runways, over 5,000 feet for takeoff and nearly 2,000 feet for landing, making it less suited to smaller airports. Equipped with 4 Westinghouse J-34 turbojets, each delivering 3,000 pounds of thrust, the Model 119 needed every bit of power to manage its hefty performance demands. Despite being state-of-the-art at the time, the J-34 engines were considered outdated by the time the jet flew, which limited its appeal. Competing against Lockheed's Jetstar, which had high-mounted engines, McDonnell's decision to place engines low to the ground led to operational concerns, including the need to use bleed air to prevent debris intake. Ultimately, the Air Force awarded the contract to Lockheed's Jetstar, leaving the 119 without military backing. Shifting its focus to the civilian market, McDonnell renamed it the Model 220 and nearly secured a deal with Pan Am, but Dassault's Falcon 20 won the bid. The 220 continued as a VIP jet and later went to the Flight Safety Foundation, ultimately ending its days abandoned at El Paso Airport. Ever heard of a Corvette that could fly? No, not the Chevrolet Corvette, but the Aerospatiale Corvette. If the name Aerospatiale doesn't ring a bell, perhaps Concorde does. Aerospatiale was not only the big name behind Concorde, but also launched other major projects like the Airbus A300. The Corvette was developed in response to a French government requirement for a small transport plane powered by small turbofan engines from SNECMA. Due to delays, Aerospatiale switched to Pratt & Whitney Canada engines, giving the Corvette enough power to compete with models like the Cessna Citation 500 and Dassault Falcon 20. With a sleek design and a cabin capacity similar to its American rivals, the Corvette seemed promising. While the Corvette's resemblance to the Falcon 20 raised rumors of corporate espionage, it never reached the same success. After the original prototype was lost in stall testing, buyers were hesitant, fearing that even the redesigned model would suffer from similar issues. Although the Corvette achieved certification in 1974, competitors like Cessna and Falcon were already dominating the market, resulting in only a small number of sales. The French government publicly criticized the program as a financial failure, marking the Corvette as a rare commercial misstep for Aerospatiale. As the business jet market took off in the 1950s and 60s, even Douglas Aircraft wanted in on the action. They introduced the D808, a jet designed by famed engineer Edward H. Heinemann, known for his work on the A-4 Skyhawk and other military aircraft. The 808 was notable for its distinct rounded canopy, giving it a fighter jet-like appearance. This jet's Viper turbojets, semi-enclosed against the fuselage, and the main landing gear from the A-4 Skyhawk reinforced its rugged military aesthetic. The 808 was designed with flexibility in mind, intended for both military VYP transport and potential commercial sales. To attract civilian buyers, Douglas partnered with Piaggio, an Italian manufacturer, hoping to make the jet a European favorite. However, in 1964, Douglas merged with McDonnell, which led to the 808's cancellation. The U.S. Navy opted for the Sabre Linné, leaving Piaggio to pursue the 808 independently. They sold only 22 units to the Italian Air Force, which used the jet for various missions over nearly 4 decades. Built to military standards, the 808 was durable and reliable, but struggled against more efficient competitors like the Learjet and Sabre. Eventually, the Italian Air Force retired the 808 in 2003, and today it's remembered as a niche aircraft, still on display in Italian aviation museums. Personal jets have captivated pilots and enthusiasts since the jet age began, and the CMC Leopard was an attempt to bring that dream to life. In the 1980s, British aerospace engineer Ian Chichester Miles envisioned a compact, high-performance jet that could serve as a flying Ferrari. The Leopard was one of the first jets made with composite materials, enhancing its strength-to-weight ratio. The design was radical. Wings swept back at 35 degrees, with a single-piece canopy that hinged upward like a fighter jet. Inside, the tight cabin was more reminiscent of a sports car than a typical executive jet, offering a uniquely thrilling experience. Although the target price was $472,000, development proved challenging. The jet was underpowered with Nowell Penny NPT-301 engines, each producing only 300 pounds of thrust, more suited for drones than airplanes. In 1988, the Leopard flew for the first time, but Nowell Penny's bankruptcy left the project stranded without engines. Years later, the Leopard 2 was developed with Williams turbofans, but supply issues continued, with the price rising to over $1 million by the early 2000s. Only 2 prototypes were ever built, and today, one is preserved at the Midland Air Museum, serving as a reminder of an ambitious yet unfulfilled vision. The Learjet set the bar for business aviation in the 1960s, but Germany's Hanza Jet took a different approach with a unique design: forward-swept wings. Modeled after the Soviet Tupolev 157 bomber's design, these wings allowed the spar to be placed behind the cabin, creating a larger interior space than typical jets of its class. This setup made the Hanza Jet's cabin more comfortable, able to accommodate up to 10 passengers with ease. With its sleek aerodynamic design, the Hanza Jet was powered by 2,900-pound thrust General Electric turbojets, the same engines used by Learjet. However, the Hanza Jet's wider fuselage meant it couldn't match the Learjet in speed and agility. It also needed 6,000 feet of runway for takeoff, a major disadvantage compared to the Learjet's 3,500. Despite its design advantages, the Hanza Jet struggled in the market. A commuter airline in California briefly experimented with it, but quickly found it expensive to operate and switched to turboprops. Only 47 Hanza Jets were ever built, with some purchased by the German Air Force, who retired them in 2004 due to high operational costs. One Hanza Jet is proudly displayed at the Deutsches Museum in Munich, symbolizing an innovative yet challenging entry into the world of business jets. I hope you enjoyed learning about these unique business jets. If you're eager to discover more unusual aircraft, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Plenty of hidden gems await. See you next time.